It's exciting to get our first win of the season. We knew it was going to be a challenge with the Mount coming in and the style that they play. I thought our guys did a decent job on kind of quick turnaround, being ready for some of that, some of those challenges. Still a lot of things to clean up with valuing the ball and being smart within our possessions. But I thought just kind of the body of work today with our goalie play and obviously some better decision making definitely helped us obviously earn the win.
Shawn, you look at the 12 goals the other night, 13 today, improvement over what you guys were this season. How encouraged are you by what your offense already is and what it can become here in the coming months?
Yeah, the thing I look at that as if we're even smarter, and just a little bit more disciplined, can that number grow to, 15, 16, even more. So that's, obviously an exciting piece of where we are, but, where could we really be? And, we have emphasized kind of transition play and being, looking to push to create more opportunities in that regard. We get a little out of sorts at times, but you're going to live with that with the transition game. But still trying to get those guys to, again, recognize, when it's time to really push or when it's time to maybe not try to thread the needle. But, we've worked at shooting efficiency and then just being smarter, better there. And we just got to keep building on it. Competition is going to continue to be strong, so we got to keep getting better.
What was the difference defensively for you guys today compared to Friday?
I thought Shane, was really seeing the ball well in cage today. He kept them off the board more than probably he should have, or our defensive should have. They had some pretty nice looks that he ended up making some saves on, where we weren't playing as great as we wanted to in front of them. We were a little bit more sound defensively, taking away middle of the field, forcing low angle looks, which we didn't do a good job of on Friday night. So that's something we emphasized 2 days of practice leading into the game tonight. So again, just continuing to refine and stay more focused into what we need to do in the basics of our defense. We did a better job of that tonight.
The ability for both Kyle and Nick to shake off the rust a little bit for maybe not playing as much as they would like the last 2 or 3 or whatever it is. How encouraged are you by that? Just the fact that both of those guys are obviously emerging as key cops.
Yeah, I think Kyle's been really a strong presence for us the past 2 games. And strong in 2 different ways. He's a big, strong, physical kid, but just his voice on the sideline's been encouraging. Obviously, his presence out there and the attention he draws, but also the plays that he makes has been exciting. Nick, again, is a guy that the light's always green with Nick, and we're continuing to work with that, and I love him for it. But he's another guy that, within possessions, he kind of pushes a little too much at times. He knows it. He's a smart kid. He's one of the best kids in film, talking through formations and plays. He does a great job talking within our offense. But again, I just feel like he, when he has the ball on the stick, he's looking to make something good happen, and sometimes he just presses the issue too much. Other times he's making the right plays. So just trying to balance that out a little bit better. But both those guys have obviously, as you can see, been a big help to our offense.
Neon green, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Glowing.
Shawn, have you seen any way that James has been trying to help ease the transition from Nick to Kyle? Being a former alum?
Yeah. I mean, the prior relationship, just being friends with those guys and knowing those guys has definitely helped them in the transition. Then bringing them along into our offensive system and team culture helps that transition a little bit smoother. They're not coming in blind and then trying to, make friends and then get along with the other guys. James was able to kind of bring them in and vouch for them and also, make sure they're held accountable to who we are and what we're about, which is a big part of our program.
You mentioned transition a little bit earlier. Was the middle of the field a preseason priority? I'm sure it was to some extent, but was that something you knew coming in was going to be pretty significant, at least this year?
we've put a lot of time into it for sure in practice prep, and being able to maximize our output through the middle of the field, creating transition. We've done more riding and clearing work than we've ever done probably in the preseason. We have multiple of each, which we haven't had in the past, which I think is in a way taken away from some of our ability to do some more full field stuff in practice. So that's why I think we're still kind of working the rust out with actual game play. We haven't done as much scrimmaging in practice because we've been focusing on some of those other areas. But knowing that we're going to have 3 games early on, we'd get that opportunity to just kind of play. But it's again, we want to create those opportunities, take care of the ball when we do, and then be able to score, but also defend against it. That's where we've struggled. Teams that do push transition, if we're able to create transition, then we have to learn how to play against it too. So it kind of helps on both sides.
It's obviously credited to my teammates. The scout team gave us a good look all week. Coach Musey put in a great game plan. And I think we just, within the flow of the offense, plays just happened, and I just happened to get a few assists on the back end. My guys finished their shots, and made me look a little better than I guess I should have. But definitely credit to the game plan this week.
James, 12 goals the first game, 13 for you guys today. How much better do you think this offense is, and what do you kind of credit that to, and what do you feel like is the upside for this?
Yeah, I think everyone's trusting in the system. Guys are starting to buy in what we're doing. We have a midfield line, obviously moving Andrew Milan into midfield. I think it's a better fit for him. He's really getting comfortable there, working with Swain, and Kyle playing better is taking a lot of pressure off Ryan and Andrew. So that's been big for us, and Nick has fitting great. And Bodie today getting his first career goal was huge. If he could continue to play good, it's going to be good for us. So I think just guys are buying into the system, and we're starting to figure out who we are as an offense, and it's just going to continue to grow. It's early in the season, first 2 games, but I think we could make this the norm for us.
Kyle, concerning how your first 3 years at Maryland went, how refreshing is it to be able to start these past 2 games and show what you're capable of?
It's always great. I really find it like a home here. I think that's making it a lot easier. The coaches, the team, having Nick transfer over with me as well made it a little easier, just knowing someone to come in. But my time at Maryland is what it was. I enjoyed it. Those guys are some of my best friends for life. But now that I'm here, I definitely am enjoying getting on the field, doing what we need to do. And this group of guys, I think, is really special. So just being able to be a part of this is something that I'm really enjoying going forward.
Right, guys, the value of transition today in particular seemed like that was the way you guys got yourself jump-started there.
Yeah, definitely. I think transition is somewhere where we could be dangerous. Kobe, Garrett, Reagan, Colby Bars, Brandon Hunn, Reese Potter, these are all guys that have good enough sticks where we can get out in transition and be dangerous. At times we need to be smarter with the ball, but I think we have the weapons to be able to do it, so if we want to push it, we should push it, because so far these past 2 games we've had success with it.
James, this is your second year since transferring from Maryland, correct?
Third.
Third, I'm sorry. For you, what's it like seeing Kyle and Nick come over from Maryland and trying to sort of help them in transition to Maryland?
I think it was huge having Nick and Kyle come, just because I knew what they were capable at Maryland. It was unfortunate they didn't get the time that maybe they deserved. So now they're here, and I think they're starting to find their role better. There's a hat for every head, and I think that them being here, it's definitely been a better fit for them. So I think that they made the right decision coming here, and it's just going to continue to grow as a group and as a unit.
Okay, good. Thanks, guys. Thanks.